Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah, for giving me the spirit and power to do this lesson. All right, so what we're going to deal with, what I want to bring out, man, I want to bring out something and bring something to everybody's acknowledgement. And Lord willing, they understand it and they can see what I see. One thing for sure is a lot of, like, they're blame, like America and what they're doing and how they're blaming every. You can tell. You can literally tell America's about to move in on the people, man. Definitely. You see what the fuck they doing? Like, it went from what we call the pandemic, right? They was playing around with that. They was testing the people. Then they went from that to everything is fine to the now it's World War III is brewing up from Ukraine and Russia. We have to help them. Russia is dominating Ukraine, so forth and so forth. And then an article comes out where China's saying, well, we ain't say nothing about no C-19. What are you talking about? That was a lie that came from y'all. Out of the blue, they said that. Right? And then it goes to the monkey bumps thing. And then from that, it goes right back to the war in Russia and Ukraine. Now it's going to this women killing their baby rights, this Roe versus Wade thing. So we see these things are changing and they're changing and they're changing. And it's like, damn, why is these things are changing like that? It's because nothing they're doing is working. Right? Nothing they're doing is working. It's not a damn, like, why would y'all, after all this time, out the blue sky, this Roe versus Wade thing was just overturned. Now the women and people are going chaotic, people ending up dead, right? Over 24 people got arrested in New York the other day because they was going all out crazy, right? And they know that this is going to happen. So it made me think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make everybody go into fucking chaos. They want everybody shredding each other so that they can be like, okay, everything is out of hand. We have to establish martial law. That's the next step. What else is after that? They already established that there's going to be another pandemic. So when troops is the next, we already know they said in 2020 that the troops are going to be the one who issue them out to the people, right? They're scared that there's articles talking about that Russia talking about invading America, bro. This is all a fucking propaganda, bro. For them to issue in martial law claim under the umbrella of we are afraid of what's going to happen. It's all a game. And most of these people are falling into it. Man, most of these people, they walk around. This is so fucking crazy. Some of these people walk around. They have no idea even about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. They have no idea about how there's about to be another pandemic. They don't even know these things. They just going about their daily life like America's not falling. They're not studied. They're not, bro. It's just, even the men, these niggas still doing prank videos. Niggas is still on TikTok lusting after these nasty, dirty ass women. You got more people, like I've been watching my neighbors, like they're all putting American flags on their porches. Like you can say it's a vibration of a spirit. Like they're getting more prideful. They're getting to the point where it's about to be that civil war. You have white supremacists going around shooting up stuff. This shit about to go down any day now. And I don't think people even prepare for it. Like, we can say we prepared all damn day long. All day long. But if we're not doing what the Bible tell us to do, you're going to get devoured, man. You're going to get so scared, you're going to do shit you know you ain't supposed to be doing. Why? Because you're going to have a sense in your mind the Most High ain't with you. Why? Because you know he ain't with you because you ain't been doing what the hell you're supposed to have been doing. Right? So I wanted to pull out this precept, man. It made me think of Jeremiah chapter 49 because Esau know his kingdom is falling. He knows he got a short time. How many times have you heard that? The devil know he got a short time. Look at him, know. That nigga definitely know he got a short time. That nigga definitely knows, man. And it's scaring the hell out of him. Imagine that. Imagine you did all this stuff to the white people, and then you understand that you have to go into slavery next. And they're going to do double to what you did to them. And it's okay and righteous in the eyes of the creator of the earth. you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna do whatever you can to eradicate and get rid of these people so that that prophecy does not come forth. That's what Esau's doing. He's causing all this chaos in the earth. Man, this dude is about to move in. Man, he's about to move in. And that's something we have to be prepared for. Be prepared to be thrown out of your houses. Be prepared to leave all this stuff behind. Be prepared to leave people behind. Because that's coming. Be prepared for it, man. We have to be. We have to be prepared for this, man. So this is Jeremiah 49, and I'm going to start at 9. Where's it 9? God. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start up a little bit more. This is 7, 49 and 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts. Matter of fact, before I get this, I want to get Lamentations. I want to get his scribe. Let's see what his scribe, no, Jeremiah wrote this. It was Jeremiah Baruch who wrote Lamentations, right? His secretary, right? But neither here nor there. Lamentations 4:21. This is something we supposed to be happy for, and it's something they're not supposed to be happy for, happy about, right? The shifts in powers, right? It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And that's exactly what these niggas are doing right now. They're being exposed. They're to the point where nobody, even their own people, not falling for this shit no more. They're made themselves naked. Think about it. When a woman is walking down, let's say a woman, let's use the analogy of a woman dealing with, like Marilyn Monroe. She was famous for this. She would stand over a fan, and the wind would blow upward, and it would blow her dress up. And that's a shameful thing. Like, imagine walking, and a woman with a dress walking by, and a fan blows her dress up, and you see her panties, you see all her secret parts. That's a shameful thing. That's what's going. That's the analogy that's given with Esau. He's been doing all this damn wickedness, and we finally get to see this damn devil for who he is, man. And I don't give a damn. We don't care if you believe that he's the devil or not. We don't care. We see it. And if you don't see it now, you're never going to see it. That's why we don't care. The Lord didn't want you to see it. Right? So I'm going to read that part again. He says, thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. You're going to make yourself naked. Why? Because you're rushing things. What happens when you rush things? It never gets accomplished. When you rush through things, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to take your time. But Esau doesn't have the time. That's why you're seeing all these things popping up from everywhere. All these things popping up. And it's like, damn, what the? And it's controlled. I didn't even mention the famine. These niggas is talking about a famine, and we're seeing their control. It's a controlled famine. We're seeing it. But Esau, he is so short. His time is so short. He can't make that kind of exception where he has to slow down because the people are seeing it. He has to keep it going. And that's beautiful because we know it's not going to be accomplished because he's moving so fast. What happens when you move fast? You get sloppy. We see from 2020 all the way in 2 years. Look at all the stuff that's happening just in 2 years, man. That is 10 to 15 years worth of work that Esau has to do in less than 2 years. That nigga's falling. So rejoice and be happy, man. Shit, drink you a cup of wine to that. Because your redemption draweth nigh. It says, so I'm going to get this. This is something that he's afraid of. Obadiah 1:15. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. He says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine head. It says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, which is the nation of Israel. So first he says, the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. So it's not just Esau. All of these heathens, Russia, hey, with this war, Ukraine with the war, China with the war, and Taiwan, all that shit is, the Lord is preparing all them niggas to get destroyed. These niggas over here, they can't fathom knowing that Esau is over them, right? Because these people, they have morals, they have standards. But then here it is, Babylon over here letting everybody do whatever the fuck they want to do. And that's pissing these heathen nations off to the point where they're ready to invade this place. They're ready to nuke this place, right? Even the European Union, like, damn, y'all niggas ain't got no morals. Y'all don't have no rules. Just a whole bunch of bastard children over here, man. Right? So the Lord says, verse 16, Obadiah 1 and 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down and they shall be as though they have not been. And that's what we are waiting on. So when we go back to Lamentations chapter 4, when he says he's going to make them naked, he's going to expose them before he actually destroy them. All praises to the Most High. It says, verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So we're not in captivity. The captivity is being uplifted now, right? We're telling him he's the devil and he's going into captivity, right? That's the beauty of what's, the situation we in now. We can boldly tell him to his face, nigga, you the devil and you going into captivity. All this time you made us think that we're the bad people to the point where we hated our own people, man. Right? Like the video, like the shooting that just happened in Chicago not too long ago. This wasn't even a month ago, but it never made the news. A little 14-year-old boy stole a car. The police blocked the car. He got out and ran. The police shot him in the back of his head. And guess what Jake was saying? Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't so bad. These hoodlums out here, they have to be stopped some kind of way. This is Jake saying this. Jake. But here it is in America. Theft, car theft, that's a misdemeanor. That's not even a felony. But this little boy got shot in the back of his head by the police. That's how that's what Esau created out of our own people. Right? So it says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Right? The kingdom of heaven is coming after this. What is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 9? It says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And Esau knows this. That's why Esau is rushing and pushing his fake ass propaganda all over the earth, man. Fake ass propaganda. Here it is. We can see their nakedness, man. We can see it. Like here it is. You're talking about inflations, but you steady giving money to Ukraine. You gave over $3 billion to Ukraine. And 2 days ago, they just gave another $450 million to Ukraine. But here it is, they fucking crying about you inflations. Nigga, we see through all of that. We see through all of it. And the fact that the way that he's oppressing us, and the Lord told us to give us double, it's going to be a beautiful work to give him double. What this nigga don't want to be punished for something he did. That's a bastard child. That's an ungrateful bastard child. Here it is, the Lord gave you the earth. He let you do whatever you want with the Israelites, but then here it is, you don't feel like you should be punished for what you did. That's an ungrateful bastard child, man, and they got to be punished accordingly. So it says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, and that's what he's doing now. He's discovering their sins, and now we see what they're doing, and we're exposing them for it. And the scripture says he was going to give us praise and fame in a land where we was held captive. How? Because we are actually exposing this man for being a devil, and it's accurate and it's correct to a T, man. And there's no hiding it. And who bringing it out? The Israelites are bringing it out, man. We the ones who bringing forth this information and exposing this man who painted himself to be the most righteous man on earth, man. When he's the most wickedest man on this planet, man. On this planet. And like I said, if you don't see that by now, bro, you never gonna see it. You are never gonna see it. Right? So let's keep going, man. So let's go back to this Jeremiah 49. And see, one precept will take you so far, man. One precept will take you so far. That's why it's good to just start a lesson with just one precept and let the Spirit take the rest. Wherever the scriptures take me, I'm going. So Jeremiah 49 and 7. And this is dealing with Esau, man, and dealing with what's going on in the earth, right? dealing with what's going on, like everything that the control famine. They talking about it in 13 days. Now we're on day 10. I've been counting it down myself. They said in 13 days, there's going to be an explosion inflation. I cannot wait to see what the fuck they about to do. I can't wait to see this. I cannot wait to see this, man. They're talking about it's about to be another planet. Like, nigga, y'all are prophesying on the left-hand side. You're telling us what you're going to do. But the Lord told us what he's going to do with us too. He said he's going to give us an expected end. He's going to take care of us. He's going to cover us with his hand, which is by way of his angels. It ain't nothing you're going to be able to do. You're trying to oppress and starve us out, right? There was an article that came up the day before yesterday. It says that they literally said millions of people are going to die from starvation, which is going to create a massive amount of diseases. That's what we say. Well, we saying it on the right-hand side. They're saying it on the left-hand side because they are the ones doing it. Straight up, we're telling you the creator of the earth is doing it because of wickedness. They're doing it to oppress the people because they are the wicked. Because they like to see people suffer. Because they mad because they want to rule forever. They wasn't able to discover every part of the earth in time. That's what the hell Esau mad about. And we all know Esau's plan ain't gonna work. The Lord told us his plan ain't gonna work. In Job chapter 5, he said their plan is not gonna be successful. Their enterprise is not gonna be successful. All right. So let's keep going. He says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman, and his counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Because Esau, when you think of a mad scientist, you think of Esau. Esau in those dungeons with the damn Frankenstein, with the electric balls connecting, and that's what you think of when you hear a mad scientist. You think of Esau, man, with the white trench coat on. You think of Esau, man, because they are mad scientists. They are mad scientists, man. But it says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Why is he asking that? Because he's going to put all of that to naught. It says he's make the counsel of the wicked to come to naught. That means to come to nothing. The Lord allowed them to build up in their technology. He allowed them to deceive the masses of the people just so he can come and destroy all of that. First, by the way of his mouth. Matter of fact, let me just get that. Let me get that. That's a beautiful precept to be used right now. Right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8. It says, I'm going to start at 7. And for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Right? Iniquity's always been here from Noah all the way to 2022. The iniquity has been on this earth, but how much more has it grown in these last days? It says, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. Esau is allowing wickedness to grow. That constitution, that has nothing to do with the wickedness of what the Bible describes. Their constitution is built off. They call you wicked for breaking their laws and going against their lands, like collecting rainwater in their country. You can't do that. That's against the law. That's what they call wickedness. It has nothing to do with the morals, the guidelines of what the creator of the universe said, because they promote everything God says not to do. So it says, until he be taken out the way, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Who is the wicked? Everybody that watched this video can point out and can say who the wicked is according to the Bible. So now we know this. That mystery that was hidden from ages and generations is now made manifest to his saints. We know who the wicked is now. But it says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Now, if you read Amos chapter 3 and 7, it says that surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So it's his men that's out there on the highways and byways that's destroying them, consuming them with the spirit of the Most High God's mouth, which is these scriptures. We're exposing him and lifting up his skirt and showing the world what he's really up to, what he always been up to. right? It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So not only just with the spirit of the prophets, but also when Yahushua returns, he's going to literally destroy them, right? So Jeremiah 49:7, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman, right? Teman is the top of Edom. Dedan is the bottom, right? Is there no more wisdom in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. So he's talking to Teman all the way down to Dedan. That's symbolic for the whole nation of Edom, man. Everybody in Edom. He says, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. First, with the spirit of his mouth, he's going to consume them with the spirit of his mouth by way of the prophets and the brightness of Yahushua coming. Because Yahushua is coming with the anger of the Father for what they did to the Israelites, for what they did to the earth. Here it is. Esau literally is prepared to fight God when he come out, when he cracked Yahushua, when he cracked the sky open. And Esau knows Yahweh sending Yahushua to come and take back the earth. But here it is. This bastard child is like, nah, you're not taking nothing. This earth belongs to me. The world serves me now. But he has a rude awakening coming. It says, let me keep going. Verse 9. If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? If thieves came by night, they will destroy it till they had enough. So this is the same thing Obadiah said. They're saying the same thing. It literally says that in Obadiah, right? So it's a term he's using. He's like, bruh, when a thief come in, when a thief break into your house, do they take every single thing? No, they take the things that's valuable and they get up out of there. But Esau, he comes and takes it all. Why do you think he plants embassies and military bases in the place that he invaded? He never leaves. That's what this is talking about. If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? Right, they're going to leave something. Not Esau, though. And that's what this passage is talking about, Esau and how he operates. It says, if thieves by night, they will destroy till they had enough. Right? Even a thief, when he came, like I said, and when he come, he's going to get what he need and he's going to get the hell up out of there. Even somebody that comes to destroy something, they're going to destroy the most main valuable things and they're going to get out of there. Right? It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Right? The same thing we just read in Lamentations chapter 4. He says he's uncovered his secret places, right? Whether that goes into the places that they're hiding in Antarctica, whether the things that their agendas that they're hiding, like 2030 agenda, right? Rex 84, King Alfred plan, right? Operation Sunshine, right? Operation Crimson Tide, right? All of these different operations, right? The Lord has revealed that to us. We know what the hell they're doing now. Bruh, I challenge anybody that's, if you're really watching this video, go look up King Alfred plan. If you, bruh, I'm talking about, if you got to understand too, Esau is trying to create all this chaos by overturning the Roe versus Wade thing. And the King Alfred plan, it literally says, and if there was ever a state of emergency or anything like that, the plan was to declare martial law, and martial law was to round up the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and take them to concentration camps in a time of emergency. Why? Because we are the rulers on the earth. And that's what Esau fears. They literally have a doctrine, an operation, to where if the world was to break out into chaos, they have to gather all the blacks, Hispanics, and natives and take them to FEMA camps. You don't believe me? Go look up the King Alfred plan. And don't just Google it. Actually read those articles and you're going to see. It's plain, but I'm just saying if you want to get the full understanding. All right, let's keep going though. He says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. He can't hide himself under these fake ass false flags, these propagandas, fake social media news. He's trying to blame Ukraine and Russia why it's in inflation. He's trying to blame China why the C-19 came about. Right? He's trying to blame everybody else for what he's doing. But the Lord is telling, he says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. You can't hide, man. We see what you're doing. It's clear as day. It's transparent. You can't hide. And the Lord is going to expose you, man. Well, he's already exposing you. Right? And he's going to expose you furthermore to show you that your technology and everything that you worked hard to get is going to come to naught. It's going to come to nothing, man. So it says, his seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive. Right? Why? Because we need them as servants. We need their women as servants. Straight up. He says, and let thy widows trust in me. So this is specifically talking about the nation of Edom, pursuant to the 7th verse. He says he's going to preserve the children and the women alive. They're called widows because he's going to destroy the mighty men of Esau. And he's going to preserve the children and the women alive. Why? So that they can become servants for the nation of Israel. So he's showing the nigga mercy. Right? That's a merciful thing for a man. Let's say a soldier broke into a house and the man say, please take me, leave my wife and children. And the soldier do it. That's mercy. He just showed you mercy. He let them live. So the Lord is showing them mercy, man. It says, for thus said the Lord, and this is not talking about here in Babylon the Great, because they're going to get burned up in Babylon the Great. This is talking about the women and the children around the earth, right? Because remember, Esau is going to be like a smoke, a shadow that passeth by. One second he's here, the next second he's gone. That's how quickly Esau is going to be exterminated by way of hardcore bondage. It says, for thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. Right? So the Edomites today, some of these Edomites never had us in shackles, never did none of that stuff. Right? They never did none. Some of them live in our communities with us. I got Edomites live next door to me. They're down at the bottom right along with me. I live in North Tulsa, the worst place in Tulsa you can live. North and South Tulsa is the worst places you can live in Tulsa. But I'm cool. I'm out here with my people. But Esau's out here with us. Right? So it says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup. What cup? That cup of the wine of the wrath of God that it talks about in Revelations 14. Let me get it. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. I love to connect the dots. I love to connect the dots in the Bible, man. So Revelation chapter 14 and 10, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. So wine, cup, it's all going in the same thing. If you go to Jeremiah 51 also, and I'm going to get it in a second, but it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And that's why in Obadiah, where he says they're going to drink and they're going to swallow down, they're going to drink all the judgment of God. And they're not going to be able to run from it. That's what it's saying. You're not going to be able to run from that judgment at all. It says, and he shall be tormented, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You're not going to be able to run, because even Yahweh and the holy angels are going to be looking down, watching you burn. For him to love the whole world. So let me get this one more in Jeremiah 51, just to add on to it. So Jeremiah chapter 51 and 7. Babylon have been made a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So when you see this golden cup, it's talking about the wrath of God. And this is what Esau is totally afraid of, man. Here it is. Imagine you going around bullying the whole earth. But when it's time for you to get your ass whooped, you scared and you trying to avoid it. Nah, nobody feels sorry for that kind of person. Nah, go out there and take your ass whooping. Straight up. You've been acting tough this whole time. Like you can't be stopped. You got all the wisdom of the earth. You're not going to tolerate any other, what is that? The Monroe Doctrine. You're not going to tolerate anybody setting up their own, what was it? Their own structure, infrastructure inside of the United States of America. Like us being the Israelites. I'll give you an example. Us being the Israelites, we use the Bible as our government, right? That's against the Monroe Doctrine. Esau said we can't do that. According to his rules, we can't do that. We can't set up a government because they already have a government set up. Look it up. It's called the Monroe Doctrine. Right? It was James Monroe, I believe that nigga name was, the president. Right? But that's what Esau do, man. Esau got to go out there and take that ass whooping, and nobody can save him. And if you try to go out there and save him, hey, the Lord gonna hand you out a beat down too. Because the Lord is definitely handing out beat downs in these days, man. He handing them out like flyers. Straight up. He handing them out like water bottles in a desert, man, in a hot place. Right? So Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon had been made a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So all the nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of the Most High God. Why? By taking on the fornication of Babylon the Great, accepting Pepsi, Coca-Cola, hot Cheeto, Lay's, the American currency, right? The philosophies and doctrines of America, right? I was talking to a brother at work. This brother is literally fresh, not even months, from Honolulu, Hawaii. And you know what? I asked him what he believed in. That brother said, I'm a Christian. I believe in Christianity. This nigga way over there in Honolulu, Hawaii. So Esau pushed this doctrine off on every nation on this earth, man. Straight up. Even when they came over here, the conquistadors, they made the Native Americans accept their Christianity. And Lacasas was his name, the man who wrote the book. He said that they didn't even know what Christianity was. He literally made that statement. He said that the conquistadors didn't know what Christianity was. Their Christianity was get down or die. Do what we tell you to or die. Right? So now let's go back. Jeremiah chapter 49 and 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely surely drunken. And are he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt drink of it. So you heard that? The Lord is telling you straight up. He says, yeah, I know he said, yeah, you might not have done nothing in the time of bringing them over on cargo slave ships, whipping their backs, doing all this wickedness to them. He's like, but you still gonna drink of that cup. Why? Because that's your nation of people. We don't give a damn about this nice ass white lady down the street who give out candy and popsicles to the black kids in the hood. We don't care about that. She's still going into slavery. Still. And I would be happy to throw you. I wouldn't care if an Edomite family came to my house every single day and we never had to make a meal, a dinner, anything ever again. They came to our house and they brought us food every single. They still going into slavery. Still. Now me, I'm a man. Of course, I'm cool. Thank you. We appreciate that. You know what? You a good person. Nigga, you going into slavery though. That's in my mind. But I have to be harmless, wise as a serpent, and harmless as a dove. We have to be. But we know what Esau's end is. And that nigga can't run. They cannot run from this judgment, man. Neither shall our people even want them to. Straight up, man. They have to be punished according to what they done to us. Now, let me go to Obadiah. Let me go back to Obadiah. Right, so this is Obadiah chapter 1 and in fact, I'm gonna start at 1. It says the vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord concerning Edom. once again concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Who is that ambassador? Ambassador is a messenger. The messengers are the Israelites. Ah, shit. Got the heathens across the street fighting. She said, "You inconsiderate prick." Esau, man, is done. These niggas is in the hood with us. Nigga, curses, man. Let me get it, man. Let me get it. All praises to the Most High, man. I don't give a damn. Like, I love seeing heathens miserable, man. I love it. If you don't love it, bruh, then you ain't reading the Bible how you for faith for how it's. You're not reading the Bible to get understanding. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? Because it was one point in time, whether it was their past life or whatever, that these people, bro, it like 50 years ago, you would never see a strung out Edomite. You'll never see an Edomite on drugs. You'll never see a poor Edomite. You just wouldn't see these things. They all had something for themselves to prosper. But now, look, they in the hood with us, arguing with their husbands out in the front yard. That's ghetto shit. That's shit we used to do. But now that we're coming back to the Lord, the curses are being reversed. All praises to the Most High, man. So from all the way from the top of them, the elites, these niggas is bugging out, scared, running and hiding in bunkers, all the way to the curses being put on the peasants, man. All praises to the Most High. We seeing the captivity and everything shifting. We're coming to our rightful position, and they going down to their rightful position, man. So it says, it's sent among the heathen, Obadiah 1:1. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. The battle first starts with the word of God, man, using that to defeat them, right? Using that to defeat the man and woman who Esau created us to be too, right? Because when you look at our people in the hood, when you look at these niggas, man, that is the product of the white man. Them niggas, all they want to do is hold a gun and smoke each other. That's Esau. That's his blessing. And Esau loves to use his blessing, man. Esau loves to use his blessing, man. So when we look at that, that is the product. Salakia. Let me put this on, you can see. Right? That is the product. That is the product of Esau, man. Salakia, I know you can't really see me, man, but Lord willing, you get edified anyway. So that is the product of Esau. When you see Jake going around, that's all they want to do is shoot the gun, kill each other, because that's how Esau is. That was his blessing, and that's what he was blessed with. And Esau is going to use his blessing, just like we're going to use our blessing. Straight up. So it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So one thing Esau does is he said that we are the minority. We are the nation of people that's less on the earth. But the Lord told us we know better. The Lord told us in the scriptures, we are like the sand of the sea. Esau ain't like the sand of the sea. He tells us right here, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So you don't see Esau putting to death the I forgot how Moab do it. It's either he put to death the men and he leaves the women, because the men is the one who produce seed. So if and in China you can only have 3 children. The fourth, every time you have a fourth, they put it to death. I believe they cut off his head or something, but they put it to death. They probably do it different now, but they put it to death because China is so-called overpopulated. So they will be considered the sand of the sea too, man. They to the point where they have to kill the third. You can only have 3 children in China. 3. That's your cap. That's your max. You don't see Esau having them kind of problems. Actually, Esau in Europe, there was scientists that came out with an article where they was having the most stillborns. And that explains why the white girls come to Jake. Because Esau ain't producing children. Women love children. They love to have children. Every woman, if she's not a dyke, her one of her wishes is to have children. All right, so let's keep going. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, your heart is your mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? That is Esau's mentality, right? That is Esau's mentality. But now we see that we're coming at the end of that mentality. That's why the Lord says, where the hell is all y'all wisdom at? That's what he said in Jeremiah chapter 49. I'm going to just get it again. I'm going to just read verse 7. That's it. So Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? He like, nigga, where all y'all wisdom at? Where are all of them utensils that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on the left-hand side that y'all had? Science, technology. Where is all of that? Why are y'all not using that to trick the people? Trick the people, deceive the people. Make sure they go back to sleep. Esau can't do that. All that shit is not working no more. Right? And that leads me to another precept in Isaiah 47. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Isaiah 49:12. He says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Right? Witchcraft, sorceries, familiar spirits. Because Esau, they literally pray to Satan. Right? They have round table. They have this round table. I forgot where it is, but they had this round table where they would literally go. It's 13 chairs and only 12 officials show up, and they leave the last chair open for Satan. And they talk to him and they get instructions. That's a real thing. Now, if you don't believe that, then you don't believe in Satan. And if you don't believe in Satan, nigga, you lost already. So he says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsel. He's like, man, the counsels that y'all doing, what they call it, writer's block. These niggas got writer's block in the mind. They don't know what the hell to do next. That's why they just throwing bullshit out there. It's like, wait, what? How it go from being the world's biggest disease to a whole nother disease coming, and that disease ain't even getting mentioned no more. We don't have to wear masks no more, none of that. And no real solution even came about. What was the real solution to getting rid of it? It wasn't one. It just died down with this Ukraine and Russia thing. And now that Ukraine and Russia thing is going to die down with this Roe versus Wade killing the babies thing. And watch, something else is going to come past, and the Roe versus Wade thing is going to die down. This is how Esau operates, and he's being exposed for it. Esau is doing things that actually is putting people to death, that's killing people in order to put forth his agenda, man. How bad is that? Right? So he says, verse 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Starting first with the prophets bringing forth that vibration on the earth, right? And by way of the angels that have their duties that's making these things happen on the earth. Straight up. And I just got an article right now talking about North Korea is denouncing America, talking about war against America. These countries are sick of their shit, man. Just like we sick of their shit. Imagine you royal. You have moral standards. You have all of these things. But then here you got a dirtbag over you. That's how we look at it. We like, man, we the royalest people on the earth. We don't have crowns. We don't have rulership. We don't have thrones. We don't have scepters. We don't have none of that. But then here it is, this dirty ass dog, tongue kissing to the dog ass, having sex with animals ass nigga is over us. And trying to tell us that we the wicked of the earth. That will piss you off. And I'm pretty sure if the nation of Israel had nukes, they would nuke their ass too. Right? They would want to. Let me say that. So, Khan, man, let's go back to Jeremiah 49:7, then we can go back to it. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? So the Lord like, bro, what's up? Use all that technology science that you had. He says, if it can save thee, if it can profit thee. But we know in these days it's not going to profit them. That's why everything is failing. Right? So Obadiah chapter 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So how are they doing that? By exalting themselves, by building up in their technology, nuclear warheads that travel at 15,000 miles per hour. All of these different things that they have, the science that they have, they really believe that they know. They're saying that the earth was made millions of years ago. They think they have the science on how the earth was formed, what happens. They have all this information. But the Lord is saying, all the information, God, you better use it. Because I'm coming down on you hard. Because the Lord says, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Hey, like I said yesterday at camp, when it says thus says the Lord, it's like a judge in court. When he's giving a paper, stamp, move that paper over, stamp, move that paper over, stamp. He's putting his signature on it, his signet on it. That's what the kings used to do in the ancient world. Well, this is how the Lord stamped his name, by the saying, thus saith the Lord. It's supposed to say, saith Yahweh. Right? It says, verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Same thing we read in Jeremiah 49 just a second ago. It says, would they have not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? And we know the answer of that. We just broke that down. He says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right? And when you go to Psalm 64, it literally tells us how. Psalm 64. Psalm 64 and 8. Right? Psalm 64 and 8, it says, so shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So that's how the things of Esau are searched out. That's how his things are sought up. Because he's making, the Lord is what they call whistleblowers today. The Lord is putting the spirit on them to expose them. The Lord is putting the spirit on these scientists and doctors and nurses and all of these different people to leave that mode of life and to come and whistleblow and to tell the world what their real agenda is. We don't got to do nothing. We magnify it with the Bible, saying the Bible said this will happen. Our job is easy. Think of all the blood, sweat, and tears that they use to get where they are, though. And we come easily and knock all that down. Easy. Imagine somebody building a sandcastle. It took them all day to do it, and you just come by and you just kick it down. That ain't hard work, but they spent all day building that. Right? So going back to Obadiah 1 and 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? By way of his own people, and most importantly, by way of the Most High God, which is the Bible. It says, how are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. The European nations in NATO. The scriptures tell us that the 10 horns are going to burn the whore. They're going to make her desolate and naked and burn her with fire. That goes into the European Union, because the European Union are telling America, stop helping Ukraine. Don't help Ukraine. It's not a good idea. You're going to cause war from Russia and the rest of these countries that's in league with Russia. Right? Like the Shanghai Alliance. I believe Russia is a part of that. I believe. Right? Which goes into China. China has an alliance with different countries. Russia has an alliance with different countries. And the European Union is saying, stop helping them. You're going to cause more chaos than you know. But America ain't about to listen. America's still helping them. They just gave them another $450 million just the other day. The day before yesterday, man. So it says, I'm gonna read again. All the men of thy confederacy, confederacy means joined together, have brought thee even to the border, the beginning, the men that were at peace with thee, the European nations, the NATO, have deceived thee. How are they deceived them? Because they're going to be the ones that nuke America. It says, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, right? And when you eat the bread, you prepare something for somebody, for them to eat it. So Esau has prepared, America has prepared the bread for the EU and the NATO, giving them the objectives, because America is the one who created the European Union. They're the ones who created NATO. That's them giving them the bread, and the nations are eating of it. But it says also, eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. So Esau is so prideful and retarded. The Bible is clearly telling them, these nations that you think is in your alliance with you, they lay a wound under you. That means they're coming with counsels to how they're going to destroy you. And it says there is none understanding. You don't even understand that that's what they're doing. That's what the Bible is saying. You don't even understand that they plan your demise, man. Your own alliance that you created, they're going to destroy you. And you don't even understand it. That's what the Lord is saying. All praises to the Most High. This is how prideful he is. Esau is given over to his own ruins, because that's what Esau did to the nations. Esau always said, peace, peace. That's laying a wound under them, and then destroyed them. Destroyed them by way of hardcore bondage. Right? It says, shall I in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? How is he going to do that? First, with the consuming them with the spirit of his mouth, and but the brightness of his coming. But first, prophecy has to be fulfilled as Esau being taken down by the way of the Bible. Then Yahushua is going to come and do the physical part of it. Right? So, and we just read in Isaiah 47, he says, call forth your prognosticators, your sorceries, your stargazers, your enchantments. Call forth all of that, and it better profit you. You better be saved by it. He says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter, man. So, man, hey, all we have to do is be patient. That's all we have to do. And, sometimes patience, sometimes we run out of patience. And that's what the scriptures are for. It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time, because we all lose patience. But we have to build up on that patience. We have to make the most out of this patience that we're in, because not only that we need to be patient, we need to be getting ourselves right too in the process of being patient. Because you ain't going to make it if you just sitting on a couch doing nothing. Thus says the New Testament. And you're not going to make it into the kingdom if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Thus says the Old Testament. We know it's all one testament. So if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, if you're not doing the work of the ministry of Yahushua HaMashiach, because there's stories even in the New Testament where the women, they follow Yahushua. They did forth what they could. They fed him. They did whatever they could for the ministry. Those are the examples that we have that the men and the women can use. The men, we go out and teach. We follow Yahushua. We do what he did. The women, they support by doing what they can for the body and supporting their husbands on this walk. That's what you have to do, man, while you're being patient. So not only you be patient with the Lord, you be patient with yourself and change. Lord willing, you was edified, man. I want to say, call hello Yahweh, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua, man. Lord willing, like I said, Lord willing, you was edified, and you got to listen throughout the whole video. It wasn't boring, right? Because sometimes I know it can be boring, but it's very needful for you to, Lord willing, it was encouraging too, but it's very needful for you to hear these kind of breakdowns and lessons, man. All right, so shalom.